Hey everybody, Pastor Mike here. Wanted to take an opportunity to share with you something that we've been practicing at Emmanuel for quite some time. It's called FAITH5. It's an initiative that was started by faith incubators. It's an opportunity for families, friends, and others to share their highs and lows. And I think especially during these difficult days that we're either in isolation or sheltering in place, or at least practicing social distancing, and we might be separated from one another. This is a time when we can get together over the phone, maybe as a family, and share our highs and lows, share those things that are going on in our lives where our hearts really are, the things we're joyful about, the things that we're celebrating in the midst of this crazy time, but also the things that cause us to be anxious. And so sharing our highs and lows, I think, is a really important thing for us to do during these trying times. The other is to read a Bible verse or a Bible story together. Take an opportunity to spend some time in God's Word, to just let it sink in, to hear the words, to be still, and just rest in that. Then there is the talk about how the Bible reading might relate to our highs and lows, might relate to our story, how God's story relates to our story, how it can be helpful during these difficult times. Oftentimes we hear a story and we don't make those kinds of connections, but other times when we reflect on them, we begin to recognize just how important God's Word is to us in our lives, and how God's Word speaks to the situations in which we find ourselves. Think of the 23rd Psalm, for instance. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Or again, from be still and know that I am God. Those are comforting words in times like this. So talk about how the Bible reading might relate to your personal story. Then pray. Pray for your situation. Pray over the person's highs and lows that you're working with. And again, that can be a family member, it can be a friend. You can phone, you can do this over the phone together. You can do it by FaceTime or Skype with family members across the country, across the state, or really right next door. So you pray for one another and remind each other that God is in our midst. And then bless. You bless one another, reminding them of the promise of God's presence with you. So take an opportunity, perhaps, with your family, with your friends, with your children. If we could do this in every home, every day, what a difference our world might look like. So I hope that you will take an opportunity to practice FAITH5 in your homes, with your friends, with your family, whether in person or online or by phone, however you communicate. Just know that God is with us in the midst of this. Peace, Emmanuel, God's love.